Hi guys, good afternoon. And yeah, my name is Subhash, and today I'm going to talk about Algolia Search and how to implement Algolia Search in Drupal 9. So let's get started. So this is our today's agenda: introduction to Algolia, Algolia features, Drupal integration, a small demo, and when to use Algolia and when not to use Algolia. That also we are gonna see, and finally we will have our conclusion part. Let's start with what is Algolia. So yeah, Algolia is a hosted search engine accessible via an API powering consumer grade search for websites and apps. So Algolia is basically a hosted website. It is a SaaS, software as a service, where we can where we can provide our data, and a search engine will automatically process our data and provide our search result based on their APIs. So Algolia search APIs are very flexible and easy to use. Even they have their own UI libraries, so which support the front end part. They support Angular JS, Vanilla JS, React JS, and other backend libraries like PHP also. Basically, Algolia is founded by Nicolas Designy and Julian Lemoni in 2012. So uh, earlier it was focused on only on offline search. Now it is available as I told you earlier, it is available now as a SaaS service. So we can use it for websites and apps to search our data. So these are the Algolia features that we have. Algolia allows easy data importing using CSV or JSON, and it also has it also provides API which allows adding and updating the existing data. So I will show you in some time how does the Algolia dashboard looks like. Okay. After that, it is out of the box. It is approximately 20 times faster than Elasticsearch or as compared to Apache Solar. Okay, so for example, I can show you a few of their sites. Yeah, one of like React.js is also using React.js is also using the Algolia search for their search results. So this is their React.js search. When I type something in here, like see, this is their search results, and this is powered by Algolia. Similarly, we have CS delivery, jsdelivery.com, which we use frequently for our JS and yeah, jsdelivery.com. Here also they are using the Algolia search for their search functionality. This is all powered by Algolia, real-time search by Algolia. So whatever we want, we can get the result very much fast. These are their results section. This is the, and this is how much fast it is. Okay, and yeah. So after that, their dashboard configuration is also easy to use, and we can create a quick search site using their dashboard configuration. Also, the Algolia has support for analytics data. So we can if we want, we can use their analytics data to build our site and develop all analytics and do our analytics search and all those things. They also have their UI libraries in place to make front end implementation faster. They have their libraries like instant search, which allows us to build our front end pages using vanilla JS. Okay, and then they also support faceting. Faceting is used to narrow the results that we have. So like we have a facets on our Drupal websites. So like that also is supported by Algolia. Next is okay. So we will now see Drupal integration. How to integrate Algolia with Drupal. Okay. So we will need two modules for that: Search API Algolia and Algolia Search Interface. Those two modules we will need, but for today's demo, we will only use Search API Algolia, and we will manually implement our front end using the they're using their instant search library. Okay, so let's move on to our Algolia search. Okay, so this is their Algolia's dashboard. So this is how it looks like, and for and they have a search indexing here. So whenever we want to index anything, this is their index data. So I've already indexed few of the contents in here to display that on our front end website. Okay, so this is the data, and yeah, so this is I have created an index vehicles with the name vehicles data, where we can store our data. Okay, and for configuration things, they also provide a other they have a simple configuration buttons like this. So they have facet search and pagination and uh, pagination, highlighting and snippeting, and all those functionalities that we need for filtering our data or for pagination purpose. Okay, so this is their search. So currently I have already configured that so that we can save our time and see how exactly it looks in front end. So yeah, before this we will move on to our content. Okay, so this is our Drupal 9 website, a demo website, where I have created a content type with name vehicle, and we are going to index 3 fields in here. So we are going to index 3 fields in here: the title field, the manufacturer field, and an image field. Okay. So and for this indexing, we will use our search API module. So yeah, so we will need a search. We will need to create a search server and an index and a search index for that. Let's see how to configure our search server for connecting with Algolia. So this is our Algolia search server. So I have created a server with name Algolia Search, and I have used backend as an Algolia. And we will need two keys in here. First is the application ID and the API key. So for getting this application ID and API key, we will need to go to our Algolia dashboard and go to our user settings. In that settings, we will go to API keys. API keys, and here is the application ID that we will need, and this is the admin key. It is for safety purpose. It is already it is shown as a password. So we will need this admin API key, and we need to copy both of these things and add it in our search server. This is how we configure this our search server. And for indexing, as I told you earlier, I have already indexed 3 of their fields: title, manufacturer field, and an image field of the car. This is how the index is configured. I have created an index name vehicles data, and I have chosen content as my data source. And in that particular content, I have chosen vehicle as my bundle. Okay. Yes. And also I need to use Algolia search server. This is the server that we already configured. We need to enable this. Remaining all options are default one that we use for our other servers. Now we will see how to configure our fields. Okay. So as I told you earlier, I have configured 3 fields: the title, the manufacturer, and the image file. Okay. So for image file, we will just need the URI to display the image. Okay. We will see how we can display the images in our front end. Okay, so this is how it is configured, and once configured, we can go to our index view and re-index all the data, so that we will all the data is synced on our Algolia search. Okay, so I've already indexed my data for saving time. So this is how it looks like, the data, index data. I will show you the index data. So this is my all index data. You can see the field manufacturer name, the title of the content, and other attributes are also there, like URI. Okay, so currently URI is in the format of the public format. So we will need to convert that in the front end to display the images. We will see how we can do that once we go to our custom module development. Okay, so this is our data. All data is already available in the JSON format, and we will also need to configure the field manufacturer field to display as a facet. So we just need to go to the facet, and we just need to add a field there, field manufacturer there. So we can add like adding an attribute, and we can pass any of the field for faceting, and we can also limit the facet results using our max values per facet and max facets. So these are all the values that we can configure on our Algolia dashboard. Okay, similarly, for pagination also there are few things that by default it is configured. So I've kept the default configuration, but we can use the default values, or we can use our own. Okay, I'm just for the sake of the demo, I'm just using the same. Okay, let's move on to now our Algolia dashboard is configured, and our search API index is also ready. So now we have to move to our custom module development. So in custom module development, we will just create a block, and in that block we will render our uh, search Algolia search results. So for that purpose, I have created a custom module with name Algolia search interface. Okay, so what this module consists of is a simple libraries file, and a template file, and a JS file. Okay, remaining all things are just a simple Drupal coding. So I will demo that to you. So this is first. This is our libraries file. So as I told you earlier, we are going to use instant search for displaying our results. So instant search.js, and this is our fourth version. So we are going to use this to display our results. Apart from this, Algolia also provides CSS for customizing the results. Okay, so I have used the default one, algolia.min.css. So after this, we will see what values we need to pass to our front end, so that uh, our Algolia search displays all the results. Okay, so for that I have created a normal custom block. Okay, this is our normal custom block with the name ADB search, and I have just passed the config values to that. So we have our application ID, API key, and the index name. So these all three values I have already passed to my JS using the Drupal settings, app ID, index name, and API key. These values are I will use those values in my JS to get the results. Okay. After this, we will move on to the our template, which we will need to render our results. So I've created a search block block template. So in that I have a search box where we can type and search our data. Okay, and we have a filter widget where we can add a facet filter, and we have a hit container where we can display our results. Finally, we have pagination where we will show the pagination for the results. Okay, Now let's move on to our algolia.js file, so where we have configured all those things. Okay. So I have I've taken these values from my blog. So index name, API ID, API key, and params have already taken it. Okay, params we don't need now. Okay, and for this, okay, so this is this I have already placed all the things in place. Now we need to place this block into some page so that we can see our results. So for that purpose, we will need to go to block layout, and we need to place that block in our content region so that our results are in place. Okay. So as you can see, I have already placed the results in my. I've created a block with EDB search block, and I've already placed that block in the content section of our page. Now, while going to configuring this page, I have I've restricted this block to a single page, Algolia.search, Algolia hyphen search, and this block will be displayed on this page only, so that we have our results on certain pages. Let's move on to this page and see what we can see as of now. As you can see, currently the block doesn't show anything other than EDB search block. So this is our title for displaying. So currently it is not showing anything. Now let's add few things into our algolia.js so that our result gets displaying. So for that purpose, we will first instantiate our Algolia search. So let's instantiate our Algolia search. So So this is our this is how we instantiate our Algolia instant search, and in that we will just pass the index name, which is vehicles data, and we will also need to pass the API ID and API key. So our API ID and API key are already we have taken it from the configuration from here. So we already assigned those values. Now our Algolia search is instantiated. Let's see what we can see with this. As of now, we are not we cannot see anything, so because we have just instantiated and we don't see any error also in the console log. So our instantiation is proper. Now go to we will just also start our we will need to start our Algolia search. For that purpose, and we need to write Algolia search dot start. Okay. And after this, we will add one widget to our we will add one widget to our Algolia search. So we have various widgets available. Like we have search box widget, we have a refinement list widget for filtering the data. We have a pagination widget for displaying the pagination. Okay. So for that purpose, we can use our add widget function. In that add widget function, we will add our search box. So this is our search box. This is our search box widget where we are just passing the container name of the search box. Okay, so this hash search box is coming from our template. This is the template that we are using. So we are just passing the container ID for displaying the search box. Let's see what difference does it make. As you can see, we can see the search bar now. Okay, the search bar is in place, but it is still not displaying any data because we have not added our uh, we have not added our hits widget, which will display our all the results. Okay, so for the we can use the existing widget. We can use a similar protocol to add our hits widget, but there is another module, there is another function that is provided by Algolia instant search, which allows adding multiple widgets. So that is add widgets. So we will use the add widgets, and in that we can pass all things as an array. So we will add as widgets. We'll use the widget function for this purpose and try to see the results. Okay. So we have already added this search box widget. Now we will add our hits widget to it. This is how our hits widget looks like. So it is similar to what we have. It's just an hits widget, and we are just passing the container ID where we want to display our Algolia results. This is how it is. When we refresh the page in here, we will see all the results that we have. Now we can see all the results are in place. Okay, but the results we can see are not in proper format. Like they have added all things are in JSON format. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to format our data. For that purpose, we will need to add one extra parameter for that. That is the template. So here in the template parameter, we can display our result however we want. Okay, I'm just adding that templates here. So as you can see, I'm just taking the results from the highlight result array and just displaying the title, the manufacturer name, and the URI value of the search that we have. Okay, this is how it looks. When we refresh our site here, we should see the result in proper format. Okay, we are missing something here.
There should be a comma after container.
Yes, correct. Thank you. As you can see, we can display our result like this. Okay. This is the title. This is the manufacturer name, and this is the image. But image still is not in the proper format because we have saved it in the public format. Okay, so I will just show the data again. This is how we have stored it. So we need to format it. So for that formatting purpose, we have to use another parameter of hits widget, that is transform items, wherein we can alter our results as per our needs. I will just add a transform results here. Okay, so in transform items, we get all the values that we need from the Algolia search, and we are just using the map item function of JS to replace our public colon with our proper set. For demo purpose, I have just hard coded it, but we can alter our result as per our. Okay. Now, when we use this, we can see our image in a proper format. Yeah, we should replace the result value. We should use this variable. We should use it here. URL. Now we will use, and we can see the images. Okay, I missed one more thing in here. So we need to add an image tag. So now we can see our images also. Okay. One more thing to notice here is we are using the mustache engine. We are using the template engine, mustache template engine, to display our results. So this is how we display the result in our Algolia search. Okay. Yes. So yeah, one more thing to notice here is how fast the search engine return the results. Okay, if I type in under, it is the results are instant. Okay. So after adding this widget, now let's move on to our refinement. So we will add a facet now. So our facet also we can there is one refinement list function available which we can use to display our refinement results. We should add it after just adding it. So now let's see what it does. So refinement list function, we just need to pass the container name and the attribute. Attribute is the name of the facet field which we have already configured on our Algolia dashboard. Let's see that also. This is how it is configured. If you go to the facets, I've already shown you that this is the field manufacturer field that I've already configured on my Algolia dashboard, and this is the field name that we are using in our attribute container. Okay. Now with this, we can see our results. Okay, so this is how we can refine our list using our filter widget. So we have just passed the attribute name and the filter widget, and the values are displayed here like this. So we can now filter based on our manufacturer, and it will automatically alter our results. So this is how the filtering of the Algolia works. Final thing that we can add is pagination. We have a lot of data, and we can use the pagination. So that for that purpose also we can use the simple widget, pagination widget, and we just need to pass their container ID here. It will automatically load the pagination. So this is the pagination for that. When we click on it, it will automatically give the results. It is showing 10 results per page. So this is how we configure our pagination and all the Algolia libraries using the front end. Yeah. Now let's move on to the other section. So far we have seen all the good things of Algolia. Now let's see what are the limitations of Algolia. So Algolia has a high to medium subscription fee. The data is large, and it can go up to $1,500 per month. And yeah, it is for small organization or the organization or other or small to medium organization. It can be a huge subscription fee. So that is one of the major limitations. Also, it is not good for aggregation. So like averaging and all those things, if we are using a lot of averaging and aggregation things, then Algolia is not recommended. Other things like other limitations include they have fewer language support and lack of certain data types. Okay, so that restricts our these are some restrictions of Algolia. Okay, and uh, also it is not good for large data blocks like files, documents, PDFs. So for that kind of thing, and numerical data points where there are very very data, so we can use Apache Solar or Elasticsearch in that case. Okay, these are some of the Algolia limitations. But if we need some fast search and consumer grade search, then we can use Algolia. Okay. Finally, in the conclusion, we will see Algolia is what when we can use Algolia and when we cannot use Algolia. So we can use Algolia if we want a consumer grade search for website and mobiles. So where we need fast results and our data is very much in a what we can say is in a tabular format or in JSON or CSV format, then we can use Algolia where we can get fast results. Okay, if we need fast and powerful search results and quick build, we need to build our search in quick time, then we can use Algolia. And we need some relevant results. Relevant results means results which are, suppose we have some spelling mistake or we have typed some other thing in, so it will automatically detect and it will automatically show the search result based on our search what we have typed in the our search bar. Okay, and Algolia is not recommended when the data is unstructured. Like I told you earlier, when we have huge blocks of data or numerical data points, then we should not. Then Algolia is not recommended. Then we should either use Elasticsearch or Apache Solar for that case. And if we need on-premise solution, on-premise solutions means where we when we need where we need to use our own hosting server or something like that, then we cannot go for Algolia. As Algolia is a hosted search engine. This is all about Algolia. These are the references that I used for doing some work. These are some references I used for this presentation. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Hi guys, thank you for watching. I had an amazing time learning all the new things here at Specbee's TechX. And if you did too, do let us know in the comments below. Keep following Specbee for the latest trends in technology. See you in the next one.